Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is not the normal guide video that I usually make, but I think this topic is important enough for me to talk about, and we are of course talking about the botting issue in Ni no Kuni. Right off the bat, this game already had a big dollar sign on top of its head, and the botters saw that coming from a mile away. Free-to-play games have notoriously been infested with bots by some degree, especially in MMOs, but games like Mirror 4 and Ni no Kuni are targeted specifically because of the play-to-earn aspect built into the game. Botting is detrimental to a game's health because it will affect the player experience. From bots taking up most of the server population, stopping the actual players from playing the game, to bots making their way into PvP. In the Ni no Kuni Asia server, hundreds and even thousands of players are locked out of their servers because of how many bots there are. And we are starting to see it here in NA. I'm on Onyx server, a very low population server for a few weeks after launch. But just recently, we started having queues of up to 30. But it will inevitably increase over time if the developers don't do anything about it. Not to mention that this seems kind of predatory, because if you browse the in-game shop, they specifically have a pack that gives you priority in queue times. It's like they expected this problem and decided to monetize the solution. And you can't even call it a solution. It's more like a temporary fix to a big problem in the game. But what can they really do about the botting issue? First, I think they should lock the servers and start implementing ban waves. They should lock servers, specifically the ones with higher queue times, and then have frequent ban waves to get rid of the bots in the servers. And then they can just open up the servers back again and do the same thing regularly, locking the server, checking if there are bots, banning them, and then opening them up again so that new players can enter the server. I really think they should also add game moderators and a high level requirement to the token exchange. These botters are just possibly making new accounts to get the free Territe and cashing it out after they manage to collect 300 at minimum. So adding a high level requirement to the token exchange, let's say 50, will give the moderators enough time to identify which accounts are actually bots. It can be difficult to figure out which players are using bots, but there's a handful of giveaways that bots have in common. So number 1, most bots have randomly generated names, so you'll see a lot of accounts with names that consist of 2 random words from something like a random generator website. And you can easily see that without even running across one. You can just go to your kingdom and you can check the invitations tab. You will see a lot of these players. These are all bots. They just have 2 random words as their username. For the most part, doesn't really make sense. Like T-Wrench, Sticky Zell, like no one will use that name, bro, except bots. So from this page, we're gonna go to the second giveaway, which is quite obvious. They always use the default skin with the default color scheme. The third one is most bots don't belong to a kingdom or a party. Sometimes they do play in groups, but from my experience hunting bots, I didn't see many bots in parties. Those are some of the ways you can tell. It doesn't take a scientist. It's not rocket science identifying which accounts are bots. And lastly, and I think this is the most crucial part, and I'm not sure how Netmarble didn't think of this, where literally every single game, rather every single MMO has this one, and it's the reporting system. Like, if you didn't know, the reporting system in this game is really bad. Like, compared to other games, if you see a bot, you can just click the person, you assume that's a bot, click their name, and then an option will appear and it will say report. But in this game, there is a report button, but you can only report them if they entered something in chat. Which is like, kind of defeats the purpose of the report button. It basically means that you can only report the people who are, I'd say, bullying other people in the global chat, but you can't report other players outside of it. That's crazy. You should be able to report a player even if they don't enter something in chat, because based on the system we have now for reporting, you can't report bots because they don't talk in chat, which doesn't make sense. So yeah, personally, What I'm doing right now is, as you see from the video, I've been farming the heck out of my character because I made a huge mistake. Yesterday I went ham and just hopped from channel to channel in the chaos fields. If I saw someone with a random name that didn't make sense and they're wearing the default outfit with the default color scheme, it's lights out for them. But I probably killed one too many. Because right now I have 568,000, I mean negative 568,000 PK score. And yesterday that was 750,000, so I had to buy the certificate things that helped increase my PK score by 100,000, but still, I think it will take me a week at most to get this PK score up back to neutral. So yeah, so right now, personally, I'll be making a second account on the same server, and the main goal of that account is hunting down bots. Because for one, I hate bots in video games. It just ruins the experience. It doesn't matter which video game it is, from CSGO, Valorant, to MMOs like this. I just hate bots because it really ruins the player experience, and we're lucky that this game doesn't have a player-driven market. Imagine if we can actually sell items in the marketplace and buy it with gold, and then the bots came in.
Oh shit.
It will just be another kind of worms that will bring a lot of problems. So yeah, I'm making a second account. If you're in Onyx Cancer, if you want to join, I'll send some messages in the global chat and you can join my kingdom. And I think I named it Bot Hunters or something like that. But yeah, I'll be killing bots with that account instead of my main because these are big yikes, bruh. Not even gonna lie. Yeah, it was so fun going around killing bots, but alright guys, so that's it for this video. Let me know down in the comments if you have any suggestions on what you like to see the developers implement into the game to combat this botting issue in Kuni. And let me know what you think of these kinds of videos where I'm not just doing guide videos and more on talking about issues in the game and news. Also leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.